Hello, this is A Demonic Wizard on Twitch, ADemonicShadow for literally everything else. To bring you another podcast. This is going to be on Captain America Civil War. I am joined with a few friends here to honestly discuss our opinions and everything like that on the movie. There's going to be some Uncharted 4 multiplayer in the background. Nothing too special about that. So I'm gonna go ahead with the introduction. Just moving on. If Leo, if you want to go ahead and introduce yourself real quickly, if you want, you can throw in like a plug-in, like your Twitter or anything like that. Go for it.
What up? I'm Conscious Leo, rapper. You should totally follow me on Twitter at Conscious Leo or Facebook Conscious Leo or SoundCloud. Do that. Definitely SoundCloud rapper.
And just forewarning, Leo's currently at the airport, but he's doing what he can to enjoy to be part of the podcast, which I appreciate. And Chris, if you want to go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hey, this is Chris. On Twitch, I go by CJ Beataman. On Twitter, I go by I Ain't Groot. I try to get on Twitch just about every day so I can show up gameplay. Currently, I'm playing Doom and Uncharted at the moment. So yeah, follow me if you have a chance. Come by, watch some gameplay, and chat with me.
All right, and Jen, if you want to introduce yourself.
I am Jen, also known as Zero Noel on Twitch. I am a Super Mario World speedrunner, soon to be a Super Mario Sunshine speedrunner because I hate myself.
Super Mario Salt Shine.
Super Mario Salt Shine, yeah. I am Zero Noel on Twitter and Genquisitor on Instagram.
All right, and the first question for all you guys: Team Iron Man or Team Captain America? Leo, what about you?
Team Iron Man all the way.
So now, I guess I just now realized I didn't fully ask the question. Are you on Team Cap or Team Iron Man because of the characters on that team, or because the way they see it and the way in their views of the standpoint of being controlled by the government or kind of being your own thing?
For me personally, it's a little of both. And also, this conversation, are we talking about the movie or are we talking about the comic art?
Movie.
Okay, well, even as far as the movie goes, I'm still pretty much Team Iron Man.
And is that because of, and you said it's a little bit of both, of the characters and their passion, or not passion, of being controlled by the government. So which characters is it that you like on Team Iron Man? Is it just Iron Man, or...
Okay, I'm sorry if the speaker they were announcing something in the tank, but no, I appreciate Iron Man's perspective and the position that he's in. He's often perceived as a character that's perfect, but he couldn't be further from that. I also appreciated Black Panther for several different reasons. Lots of character development, and honestly, I felt like that was more of Black Panther's movie than Captain America's. To be honest, that could have been his origin movie.
Maybe it was a little bit longer, but I can totally agree with you that. And what about you, Chris?
Okay. Movie-wise, I have to say, Team Iron Man. That because I felt like he was more on the right side, but from the characters that I like in the movie more, it's going to be Team Cap. So I'm in the middle. I like Team Cap because of the characters, but I believe Tony was right, and I hate to say that because Ashley's probably smiling right now hearing me say that. But yeah, that's how I feel about it.
And what about you, Jen?
Fuck both of those guys. See, At the beginning of the movie, I was Team Cap, and that's because I'm not cool with the idea of the government being able to control the superheroes in any way, shape, or form, because they would decide who the villains are in that case. Then, as the movie went on, Steve seemed to have got a little, rambunctious with shit he was doing involving Bucky, and you see more and more that Tony gets a little more fucked over as the movie goes on as well. So it's very hard to not side with Tony by the end of the movie, at least.
Can I just say something? Motherfucking airport. I'm sorry. Apparently they needed an entire like family. Anyway, I just want to say that even as an like even if I weren't an Iron Man fan, like even if I despised him, I probably still wouldn't side with Cap only because, and this even in the comics, I just don't ever recall Cap presenting an alternative solution.
He
Like
never did. No.
he had an argument, and that's fine. You know, you should always oppose what you don't agree with. That's what revolution is all about. But like by definition, a revolution is also a 360-degree turn. So like you just go back to where you start, and that was my issue. So it's like, okay, you don't want to be controlled and monitored by the government, fine. But now, what is your alternative to the fact that innocent people are being affected by what you do? And also, I felt like the consequences of not agreeing with the government were a lot more lenient than the comic. Uh, because whereas in the comic they were going to throw your ass in jail or whatever, in the movie it's just you can retire, but if you get caught, if you get in the way, then you go to jail. So honestly, I don't actually see how Cap was the good guy at all in the entire movie.
I guess I'm totally different then because I was Team Cap, like just because of more of the standpoint of being controlled by the government, like that whole. Go on.
Oh, sorry, but Cap's views, by themselves were pretty legit. It's just by the time he could have presented a solution, he got caught up in Bucky being involved. And his entire viewpoint, his entire motivation for literally any conflict in the movie whatsoever just focused itself on Bucky, and he just kind of forgot every single fucking thing he said earlier in the movie, it seems.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I want to say like Captain is like the worst case scenario, or more than like that, because he wasn't necessarily thinking straight. Like he was emotionally in a conflict because his friend Bucky was involved, and I feel like he probably would have had a different approach, maybe not to the whole movie itself overall, and maybe could have thought of an alternate solution if he wasn't necessarily focused on saving his friend's life and finding the other Winter Soldiers and everything like that. But it still half and half with the characters, because there's characters on both teams that I really do like, and then and whatnot. But at least from the standpoint of being controlled by the government, I say it would be way better to just not signed it and just done your own thing, technically do your own thing.
I can agree with that. Both sides, however, in the movie were pretty fucking ridiculous at some point.
I can't think of like I can understand when Cap got out of hand. We obviously saw his part, but I'm trying to think of when in Iron Man's side, not even just Iron Man himself, but Iron Man's side, when they went a little bit too far. Because
they never quite went too far, so much more than just kind of agreeing with the Accords to begin with, without thinking of how that could have gone badly. Like there are many ways that
yeah,
like fuck them.
Yeah,
and they just he didn't just think about that. He just kind of just bent over and agreed with it.
I guess so,
Which
but
is why if this was a debate about comics, like I would be completely numb. Like I can understand why people can disagree with Stark because in the comics he got to a point where it was pretty like fuck that shit. I'm just gonna replace you guys. I don't even need you anymore. I'll just get villains to wear your costumes and do this my way. And I can see how that would be a bad thing. But it was pretty. It's actually pretty passive. Oddly, in my opinion, for Iron Man.
I think the thing that broke Iron Man is having the lady come to him and show him like, yeah, this is my son. You know, instead of my son going on vacation here, he wanted to go help people and all this, whatever. And then her son died, and Tony is brought to the realization, like, oh shit, okay, maybe some of the things we do are pretty out of hand. Even though technically, who else is going to do it?
yeah,
Because there's no other. Because right now, there's no other heroes in that universe that actually, help and everything. So who else is going to do it? The government would not be able to take down Ultron. The government wouldn't be able to take down Loki. And so yeah,
yeah.
it's
Um,
just one of those. It's one of those things that's just hard to actually have a real side to it. But I don't know.
one of the things that this is kind of jumping ahead, but one of the things I wish they did in the movie is I wish they made that more as a big effect with her showing her son who unfortunately died in an accident. But I was hoping like there was been a part somewhere in the movie, probably in the beginning where Iron Man or someone on his side or anything like that, whether they're fighting someone, they're fighting, or saving someone or something like that. Like when the bomb blew up, and they had a point to where, hey, there goes the bad guys, they're escaping, but at the same time, there's this building on fire, and Iron Man would have to make that quick decision of, do we chase the bad guys or do I save these people and put them in some type of conflict like that? Maybe not that black and white where it's literally go save them or go get the bad guys, but I kind of just wish they had something like that to show more of Iron Man's struggle of why he signed it and everything like that.
Yeah, I would want that too.
What's that,
This
Leo?
was a big risk. I'm sorry. I'm actually about to get on this plane, but I appreciate you guys for letting me join. All I was going to say was overall, this was a pretty big risk trying to encapsulate that art in a film. Because there's a lot of different things they could have done, but I don't know. For 2 hours and 30 minutes, I thought it was fairly decent.
Yeah. So I'm guessing you're gonna go ahead and get off then, Leo, since you get on the plane. Yeah, you cutting out there. All right then. See you later, Leo.
But thank you guys. Just keep me updated on everything that happens, and
I'll have it on YouTube.
Okay. All right. Peace.
Peace, man.
So I guess that's everyone's Team Iron Man, Team Cap. So let's go on to what did you like about the movie Zero? Or what are some things you liked?
Well, things I liked.
Yeah.
Really, the entire movie as a whole was great, save for one thing, which I will get to in a bit.
Yeah.
But the best thing about that movie, in my opinion, was T'Challa. Like, he, in my opinion, was the best character in that movie, and by a fucking landslide. Let's see, the entirety of like the action scenes as a whole were great. I do like how they introduced Spider-Man and how much they, hinted at his future in the MCU, which again we'll get to later. There's not really too much to say I didn't like, honestly.
Okay.
Like, that's a very long answer.
Okay. And what about you, Chris?
I I basically agree with Jen. I liked everything in the movie, basically. Again, like there is one thing I really didn't like, and I'll get to that also when we get to that portion. But yeah, everything in the movie was just wonderful to the point like even Ant-Man slash Giant Man, I didn't expect him to be that hilarious in the movie. And I was just like, wow, okay, they really went all out with all these characters. So yeah, I basically enjoyed almost the whole movie too. Like it was really solid. To me, the whole Captain America series is the most solid Marvel movie franchise.
Okay. Okay. At least with me, um, yeah, there's very few things that even begin about talk about negative wise. I guess the only thing I really wish that, I mean, it makes sense like they didn't do it. If they had some type of hint or anything like that where the Hulk was, but once again, that's that's not like, oh my God, no. Because I was kind of curious to see if he would make an appearance, which once again I was doubting. But other than that, I did like the movie. My favorite part, of course, is the big battle at the airport. Of course, that scene itself from beginning to end was great. I guess it's weird. It gets weird for me to say. Like I did like the Ant-Man in this movie. I thought he was pretty cool. I guess I just don't love him as much as everyone else is. Cause he's like, when people say like Ant-Man stole the show, I don't get that. I understand he was cool. He was funny. I liked him. I appreciated him. I don't think he was
But
that
past
worthy of
that,
stealing the show type of thing.
yeah, he didn't offer anything as a character besides being funny. He was the most one-dimensional thing about that movie.
Yeah, but
Like
outside
he was
that,
great. He was great for that one fight, and that was it.
yeah. But outside that, once again, not much you could really say bad about the movie. And so we're gonna go ahead and just move on to the after credit scenes. The first one being where Winter Soldier, aka Bruce, goes back under, and him being held at shoot, what's that? I can't remember the
Wakanda.
name. Wakanda. There you go. So what did you like? What do you think? What are your thoughts on that scene? Jen, sorry. Totally
I
not
think
playing
he
a
did a
game.
pretty good job at setting up things for the future. I think that was the least of the two after credit scenes because it. I mean, I'm biased though. I really don't like the fact that a large part of the movie was centered around Bucky himself. So I didn't think too much of that scene. I did, however, like how they gave you an inside tease of what Wakanda looks like and what it is.
Okay. And then what about you, Chris?
Um, I mean, I thought it was a alright credit scene because as Jen said, you get to see how Wakanda looks like, and that's something what we have to wait. Is it 2 years for to actually see that movie, or is it 1 year? Either way, we have some time between it, so at least we get a little glimpse into what how Wakanda's gonna look like, how their technology is. Because even though there's a lot of people who you know like the character Black Panther, they don't know too much about his history. They don't know that he's like one of the most intelligent guys in the Marvel universe.
Yep.
So you get a little bit of glimpse of that during the credit scene. I don't know. I felt like it could have been a little bit more to it, I guess. I don't know. Because I guess I'm used to seeing Marvel have these credit scenes and either have you really scratching your head like, okay, what's about to happen next? What are they going to do? How are they going to make this into
The
a
next
movie
movie.
form?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I really didn't feel that with this credit scene. Like, I don't know. It could have just been better. One thing I do like it doesn't involve this credit scene, but it's the credit scene from was it Ant-Man? How that was actually part of Civil War when they were trying to get what was it? Get Bucky to remember who he was when they had him strapped down to that machine. I do like that was actually part of the movie, because when I first seen that, I'm like, what the hell is this? What does it mean? I was confused, but that the movie explained everything.
Okay, and what about you, Jin? Actually, it's my turn. I'm totally. I'm sidetracked.
First, man.
I guess I can understand because I like Bruce because what Jen said is how they focus a lot on Bruce, and I guess I can disagree with that because it was Captain America's story, and a big part of Captain America's story is Bruce being a Winter Soldier and
Bucky, by the
being
way.
sorry, Bucky, Bucky, and them being best friends. So I guess I can disagree there because I mean it's Captain America's movie, so yes, it should focus heavily on him, and it should definitely focus on his best friend. I can also relate to him to being wanting to go back under. I think because like it was while I was watching the movie, it was someone that said that said it in the background who was talking to someone else about how he still knows what he did, even though when he's in trance or when he's being controlled, and it like having all that weight on him because especially through the movie he really regrets everything he did, even though he wasn't him. So I guess I like the after credit scene. I'm hoping that plays another part in either the Black Panthers movie or somewhere else along the movies. I think for whatever reason, I think that would be pretty cool. But outside that, I wish it was longer. I wish there were more action or something like that, or something other than. I knew it was gonna hint to Black Panthers movie, but I was hoping for something more on like the secret end, because I guess as a hardcore fan, I already knew it was gonna be a Black Panther setup, but I guess I was hoping for some like a little hint, a teaser or something like that to something else, either inside the Black Panther movie or just in another movie itself overall. But that's my long-winded thoughts on that. I don't know. I think Bucky's probably the most relatable character I have in the movie. So maybe I'm just biased. And then after credit,
why do you
what's up? Why do we like him?
Why do you relate to Bucky as much?
I guess it's more because like outside him being a Winter Soldier, he's pretty much an average human. He tries to do what's right, which he showcases in his movie. He's obviously flawed, not even being controlled as a Winter Soldier, but as just a human overall. Because like you can't really relate to Captain America because he's a super soldier. He's good looking. He's handsome. He's smart. He's able to do martial arts and everything like that. I guess it's just more of a standpoint of Bucky being the most human, so to speak.
Okay, that makes sense.
But after credit scenes 2, the Spider-Man one. What are your thoughts on that, Chris?
It made me sad that we have to wait until whenever for the Spider-Man movie. Like, I'm so amped for it. Like, Tom Holland is the best Spider-Man by far. And that's not to take anything away from Andrew Garfield, because he was a good Spider-Man, but he was just stuck in a shitty situation with what is it? Is that Sony they're with?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Like, he's just stuck in that situation with, Sony really just messing up Spider-Man.
And throwing an origin story every oh my god.
Yeah.
Tired of Spider-Man
two origin stories. We got Goblin twice.
Oh my god. I'm hoping Homecoming is not like it's more than likely going to be another origin story, but I'm hoping that
they're not doing what they said.
Is it?
They're not doing origin story again, so that's a good thing. They're not doing it.
Okay, cool. Okay, never mind. But continue on.
But yeah, I was the second credit scene was just like, oh, okay. It made me hype as hell, but I know that I have to wait this long to actually see Spider-Man again in anything in a Marvel movie, whatever. And I'm not sure how their deal is, so I'm hoping it's more than a one-shot deal. Isn't like, oh yeah, we'll do this movie, but after that you can't use Spider-Man movie again, because that would fucking suck.
Yeah, it would.
Like, you finally get this great, awesome Spider-Man, but yeah, y'all can't use him anymore. But yeah, that's how I felt about it. It was something to get you hyped for the future, which it really did. Also, hold up, let me also say, like, when his aunt was asking what happened, and he was like, yeah, he was like in a fight with his friend Steve.
Oh yeah, that part was hilarious. Like, I couldn't hear the movie because I was laughing too hard. That whole scene, like the whole, like even that picture on the internet, where like the best thing about the movie is one being from Brooklyn, New York, and they just had to bring it up in the fight. That was, oh my god, good job, good fucking job. The movie's so great. But what are your thoughts on this after credit scenes 2, Jen?
Considering it just kind of told me more of what I already knew at the time. I thought it was great, but it didn't blow me away like it would have had I not, known about Spider-Man: Homecoming for a while anyway. But it showed us more Spider-Man, more Tom Holland Spider-Man, and that
is a plus.
Yeah, that's a plus. You can't say anything bad about that.
I'm wondering how that gadget he has is gonna play in the movie, or in his movie, if he's gonna like use that to like call for backup or something like that or whatever. But outside that, I thought it was pretty interesting. I thought it was pretty cool showing I think because at first I didn't like it because of just him doing the after scene of the fight and stuff like that. The thing that made me actually like it was his comments to his aunt about what happened and everything like that, and that was pretty cool. And I did really like Tom Hanks as a Spider-Man. I'm really can't wait to see what he's gonna do in his movie, because I really did like his jokes and what he had to say in this one. Him being literally the biggest fan of this movie was Spider-Man. I don't care what anyone says, because he was fanboying that whole movie, commenting on actual things that people would probably say in real life if you fought a guy, especially if you fought these guys for the first time. Him seeing Captain America for the first time, he was like, oh my god, Cap, big fan. I thought that was hilarious. Pretty much every line of dialogue Spider-Man said was hilarious. And can't wait for Homecoming, because I mean, as much as I do like the other Spider-Man movies, I feel like this one's gonna be the best one. So we're gonna go ahead and move on to what were the parts you didn't like about the movie, Jen, or that one thing.
Oh man. Let me go on to say that one of the main things I did like about the movie was Baron Zemo.
Mm-hmm.
That said, one of the things I did not like was also Baron Zemo.
Would you like to explain?
It's more or less that he accomplished a lot as a villain, just a normal ass dude, despite the fact that he is capable of much more in the comics, but that is a different story.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that the movie did not give too much context into how he accomplished these things. Like, yes, he's a part of Hydra, he's a colonel, and all that, but after Hydra, how does he have access to a fucking EMP? How does he have access to, being a fucking master of disguise and
all this whatnot?
Yeah, and just being able to target exactly who the psychologist that was reading Bucky going to be, and targeting him, killing him, disguising as him, getting all this done. Like he was able to get way too much shit done without it being explained how.
Well, yeah, I guess I can agree with that. Because, yes, I understand he had, like, a year or so to come up with this plan and actually perform it. But it would have been nice to know how and all that, back into what happened. And what about you, Chris?
The same exact thing that Jen said.
Oh, I guess we all three of us then.
Like, I like Benzema. Like, he actually had a sort of a purpose. Like, he basically wanted revenge for these people who they didn't have his family killed, but them being involved in a situation made him feel like it was their fault for their deaths. And at first I'm just like, okay, the first phone call, like the first voicemail that Baron got, I'm like, okay, why is he not returning his wife's calls or anything? After that, and then after like the second or third voice message, I'm like, oh shit, they're dead. Like I like saw right through that, like, before I should have. And that's one thing that I believe shouldn't happen. They should have actually, made it seem like, I don't know, they could have wrote that part better. Like, it was easy to figure out that his family was dead. His family was dead. That was the really easy part to figure out. Then also, like how Jen said, like, they never explained how he was just accomplishing all this stuff, whatever. Why he had access still to all these Hydra files. Like, nobody else could like find what's his name? Fucking shit. Dude he found. I cannot think of his name right now. But like, everything was supposed to be off the records and everything. Then you find out, it's like, oh yeah, we had files about you deep in Shield's database. But that was supposed to be off the record. Like, nobody was supposed to be able to know where he was living at or anything. Like, they mentioned that, was it in the second Avengers movie? Like, it was basically off the record.
Yeah, and he was able to obtain these just out of his ass.
Yeah, so I'm guessing that was a plot hole that they did not think about, because he said it like in the second Avengers movie, like, yeah, this is off the record. So which either means like they were lying or somebody just forgot about that. Let's see. I did like him because you can see that he was purely human. That he was troubled too, because like he just tries to kill himself after like Panther's right there. Like, after he noticed his plan is when his plan basically got destroyed, he tries to kill himself. And you can tell, like, a person, if they're willing to kill themselves, it's either two things. They either dishonored Hydra, and they know Hydra's either going to come from them or try to, eliminate them, or that you're really a sad person and you don't want to live anymore. And that's how it was for him. Like, he doesn't have a family, so one of his main reasons for living was to get revenge on the Avengers, but he wasn't able to, so why does he want to live anymore? He has no reason.
Okay. I guess one of the things I didn't like was, I guess it's always just focused on him, because one part I didn't like is they didn't get to fight the other Winter Soldiers. When they showcased the other Winter Soldiers and what they can do and everything like that, and then when they were actually going into the lab, I was like, oh shit, is it going to be like Cap, Iron Man, Bucky, and fucking Black Panther? Because Black Panther snuck in, and how was Black Panther gonna play out in here? Like, was he gonna help, or was he gonna sit there and watch because he's undercover? So I was kind of disappointed when there wasn't a fight. The other thing is, I hate how this one guy was able to necessarily break up the Avengers, so to speak. Like, I understand that he's real smart. He was able to have access to all this technology and everything like that. But literally, it was all done by one guy. I I guess I don't know. It just seems weird that this one guy was able to cause so much change in the Avengers just because he lost his family and everything like that. Other than that, I had something else and I can't remember what it was. Oh my god, I cannot remember what it was. Oh well, it's probably nothing important. But outside that, it's just him. Just him. Like, I don't know how they could have changed it to made it better. Maybe if you had like a small group, even if they were unknown, I guess it would have just been easier to say because when it's just him himself, then you can only really question him. But if you had like a small group, even if once again they were unknown and all members, then it would have been a little bit more comfortable because when it's not like how he has access to all this technology where there's like 5 of them, they're all ex-members, so they're smart enough together to figure it out, get the pieces, and come up with the plan. But outside that, we're gonna go ahead and move on unless you guys had any final comments on what else you didn't like about the movie, and I'll probably think of the other part eventually.
That's legit the only problem I had.
That's the only part of the movie I did not like. Now, this isn't anything like to say I didn't like it, but I wish that they had more Spider-Man because I knew they weren't going to have enough Spider-Man because they said from the beginning, 2 weeks ago, I found out that he only had 10, 15 minutes in the movie. Well, 2 weeks before the movie came out. I'm like, okay, that sucks that he only has a short amount of time, but it's understandable.
Yeah.
I just wish they had more.
So we're going to go ahead and talk about the characters, just, what your overall opinion of them and them being portrayed in the movie, like if they portrayed the character right or portrayed the character wrong, if they didn't do something, blah, 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 blah. Of course, we're going to start off with the newbies, that being Black Panther and Spider-Man. So what are your thoughts on Black Panther, of his character overall in the movie, Chris?
Oh my god, that was fucking awesome. He was everything I expected of a Black Panther in a movie. To the point, the one thing I want to comment on is the character. What's his name? Not the character, the guy who actually played Black Panther. Is his name Chadwick?
Oh, I can't remember. I can't remember his name.
For the whole movie shooting, he actually kept the accent. Even when they were off and didn't have to record.
Oh, I see what you mean.
He did not stop the accent.
He didn't break character.
He never broke character. He just kept the accent the whole time, and that to me is pretty freaking dope. Also Black Panther because at first, you see, he was really vengeful. He really wanted to kill Bucky because he thought, first he thought Bucky killed his father, or whatever. So he really wanted to eliminate him. But then after a while, you see all right, he doesn't want to kill him anymore. He actually just wants to capture him because I guess, it's the thing he said to who did he say it to? He either said it to Bernzino or somebody like Cap or somebody when he was death isn't the end for us and all that.
Well, he said it. Well, wait, hold on. Well, isn't it when he says it to Black Widow when his dad dies?
Yeah, so it was I guess he actually came to during that part. I think he said it, but he didn't, actually understand the full I don't know meaning of it. But then at the point in the movie where he stopped trying to kill Bucky and just try to capture him, that's when he knew it's okay, he's gonna eventually, even if I just was to capture him and he gets put in jail, this is some form of justice that he's getting, I guess. So his character developed during the movie, which is pretty good.
And he also portrayed that at the end of the movie when he prevented from killing himself.
Yeah, killing himself.
But what are your thoughts on Black Panther, Jen?
Like I said in the beginning, he is He is the best character in that movie by a landslide. That movie was a better Black Panther or Spider-Man movie than it was a Captain America movie. It's really as simple as that. He stayed on point the entire time. His character was well defined. His origin story was what am I trying to say here? He made his point pretty well. Instead of being a little too dramatic, he had to define that, hey, like, Black Panther is the warrior of Wakanda, and now he's a king, so he's kind of both. So I don't know, man. Like, he was legit. He was the best character in the movie. That's really what I think.
All right, I definitely did like Black Panther. I always liked Black Panther. Him using, being as smart he is, a scientist, martial art, and just him himself. Because, like, I always thought he was, like, just a black version of, when I first found about him, the black version of just Batman. Where he has all these gadgets, or not necessarily all these gadgets, but he uses technology to enhance himself to compete with other, with his villain and other, superheroes. But, behind the suit, he's still a powerful guy, being a king, being rich, being a scientist, being smart martial art, being so to speak, a ninja and everything like that. And I was like, and then that's pretty much what got me to like him more of a character, is that he's not just this person behind his suit. The suit just, masks what he does. So Black Panther, they definitely did capture Black Panther perfectly. I don't think there was anyone that could have did Black Panther as good as he did. Also liked how he stayed true to his goal throughout the whole movie. He didn't really care, like, when Captain America was like, hey, no, it was Hawkeye. He's like, hey, I'm Hawkeye. And he's like, I don't care. Because that wasn't his target. The part where he was, confronting Black Widow when Bucky and Captain America were getting on the airplane, like, he was still trying to fight it and still trying to, get to Bucky. Like, he really did stay passionate character to his goal throughout the movie, and that's one thing I did like about them capturing Black Panther. I can't wait for this freaking movie. Outside that, we're gonna go ahead and move on to Spider-Man, who unfortunately, once again, 15 minutes of movie time. But what did you like? What are your thoughts on Spider-Man, Jen?
Let's see. He was set up pretty well. I don't like that Aunt May is, like, young and attractive. Like, that's not bad to me. It's just a little creepy. But I like that they're portraying him as young and still in high school. I like that. I mean, Tom Holland is just the best Spider-Man so far in that small amount of time he got, honestly. What I don't like is that he couldn't get through the movie without reminding everyone that he's from New York. Cap did that too, but yeah. A+, man. I'm looking forward to Homecoming.
Yeah, definitely. I'm not gonna lie, I was a little bit worried. When I was, a little worried on Spider-Man, and not necessarily being a bad character, because there was no way they were gonna do a bad Spider-Man. But I guess I thought he was gonna be annoying, but he really wasn't. He did talk a lot himself. It's even mentioned in the movie. The movie kind of, mentions that he talks too much with, was it Bucky, or was it fuck, I can't remember the.
Was it Iron Man that told him, like, you talk too much, or
no?
Don't talk.
It was Bucky, the I can't, bird guy. Fuck. What is his name? Falcon. Which it's sad because Falcon's probably my favorite character in the movie. I don't know why. I guess I don't know why Falcon. I just really appreciated Falcon. Like, I don't know. I guess if I was in a movie, that probably would have been me. But he was like, they really did portray him because he was 17, or I believe he's 17 or 18 in the movie, and he is a big fan of, you know, Captain America and these Avengers. They are part of the same world, and he's heard about them, even though he's never met them. He was able to, you know, be a fanboy, so to speak, which I absolutely love because, you know, this is his first time meeting them. Unfortunately, it's in combat. So I really did love how they, you know, once again let him fanboy, so to speak, and I thought that was genius and clever, and I really did appreciate that. I'm not sure. There was something I didn't like about Spider-Man. I can't think of it, but that's right. Was it was Spider-Man? Is he the one where, is he fully natural and like he's the one that shoots the web himself out of his own skin, or is it that he uses technology to? Because
most movie adaptations, well, I won't say most movie adaptations because the original had natural web, but
yeah,
I forget what they had Garfield doing, but have they? How many times have they retconned the comic Spider-Man now for how he does his webs?
because I know, because of course the first Spider-Man he did it naturally. The second one, didn't he created the webs and canisters?
Yeah, I think he did actually.
Because I don't know if this one, because I think this one he creates the webs himself, but he also has the ability. Not even that, no, because he's enhanced. He's just able to react more, but his suit gives him the ability to climb on walls and everything like that and shoot the webs. Is manufactured.
Right.
Which I guess the thing that I didn't like is that I really do love that, like the second Spider-Man from the Amazing Spider-Man. Blah blah. I can't remember the actor's name. At least what I liked about that is that he made his own web, and it showcased him being smart and brilliant to where, you know, he's a wise nerd who's capable of making his own web. While it's just because he wasn't in the movie long enough to showcase him being smart. Because yeah, we get it, he's in school. Yeah, we get it, he, you know, he told jokes and he's funny like, you know, Spider-Man. But he, you know, made his suit. He basic, but he made his suit. He made the web to where, you know, he can shoot the web out. He made his suit where he's able to climb on walls and everything like that. But I guess for me, just being nitpicky, it didn't showcase the wisdom, the knowledge, the smarts of him being a character, being able to create, you know, the web in the suit, aka the Spider-Man. And that's just a nitpick because I don't know. I guess I just like the Spider-Man where, you know, he makes his own web, but he has the power to, you know, climb walls and, you know, the power to react to all this shit faster than normal. But over that, Spider-Man himself, bravo. I literally pretty much every time he opened his mouth was something hilarious, and he was annoying. I kind of wish he broke the fourth wall. Because as we all know, Spider-Man, he doesn't break the fourth wall as much as Deadpool. Like if there was a movie where Deadpool and Spider-Man were in, Deadpool of course would break the fourth wall literally all the time, while Spider-Man would, you know, be funny just like Deadpool, but every so often would also enter the fourth wall breaking himself. But other than that, Spider-Man was a fucking great character. Oh, like holy shit! I can't wait for Homecoming. Like it wasn't
one thing I loved about Spider-Man is that when they're having the big battle and he brings up Star Wars, that really shows his age. He's like, hey, you remember y'all guys ever seen that really old movie Star Wars? And it's just like, of course they've all seen it. They're way older than him. Well, minus Scarlet Witch. But yeah, they're way older than him. So yeah, they've seen this movie, and he just sounded like, hey guys, you seen this movie that I probably just seen like 5 years ago because I'm young.
That was also another part I liked, because he was trying to think of a plan but he's, just like all of us, being human, and him just not being part of being in combat and thinking of plans on the spot and stuff like that, is that he was trying to think of a plan, and he was trying to think of a movie where he thought he thought of the plan from, or where the plan came from, but he couldn't pinpoint what he was talking about. So it kind of, when he first started talking, it just seemed like he was rambling. But then they're like, "Oh, I see what he's mean. Yeah, let's do that."
Hmm.
So,
Overall, though, I think we can agree A plus, if not at least A minus. But Homecoming, man, that's really all that matters.
okay, just throwing it out there. If you are only able to see one movie, you could not see the other. Between Homecoming and Black Panther, which one would be the movie you would see?
Oh, Black Panther. There's not much of an option for me there.
Yeah, it would have to be Black Panther because it's never been a Black Panther movie ever. Even though it's the Spider-Man movies, I have my gripes with them. Like, I don't want to. I would rather see a new character other than a character I've already seen in the movie.
That's what I figured. See, we're about to go an hour. So, so I guess just a quick overlay of the characters. I think all the characters themselves, they all, no one really went out of place or did anything wrong that was out of character or anything like that. I really did like Vision and Scarlet Witch and everything, and then their whole little love story. I mean, it wasn't really a love story. It was just them, because I do know they end up dating. And do they have a kid together? I don't know if they have a kid together, but
not that I know of.
But I did like that. I don't know if they're ever gonna do anything more with Vision and Scarlet Witch. I really hope so, just because I like the characters. But Black Widow was. I can't wait to see her movie. About time, but
if it ever happens.
Black Panther, of course. Bucky. I really like Bucky. Of course, one of my favorites outside. Freaking fuck! I forgot his name again.
Falcon.
Fuck, man. I keep wanting to say something else, but
You want to say Clarence?
That's pretty much. That's why. But I really did like. He was my favorite character of the movie. Like, I really enjoyed everything on the scene. Like, his little robot, which once again I can't remember the names because I'm bad with names. I really love the part where it's like, "Don't thank me," and it's like, "I'm not thanking it." Red Wing is like, "Don't thank me," and it's like, "I'm not thanking it." Don't. Like, I thought that was pretty cool because that's something I could see me doing if I had something like that. I really did like him. That part where he freaking dodges Vision's attack and has it go on War Machine. I thought that was amazing. I was like, "Holy shit, nice fucking dodge!" Like, I don't know. I really like him. Just an average Joe with future technology, and then the whole bird costume. Bird, come on.
Bird costume, really?
I don't know. I don't know why. I have to figure out why I like him so much, but
I mean, I like him too. Like, he's a cool character.
Yeah, just like over Spider-Man.
Then,
like, I would love to see a movie for him.
Like, and the thing with the actor is, like, you've seen how far he's actually came with movies. Because one of the first movies I seen him in was his movie Crossover, which was bad. Don't ever go looking for it if it's on TV, just go right past it. Don't look at it. But yeah, he's in this movie, whatever, and this is like before he was a really, I guess you can say, big actor. And then as further along as his career goes, he keeps getting better and bigger roles. Well, mine is playing Tupac in a Biggie movie because that was the worst. Okay, let's not even get into that. but yeah, like the evolution of him, of this actor, and now he's in a major franchise that he can probably live off of.
I really hope to see more of him.
Because he'll most likely definitely be in the Infinity War movies. I'm hoping he's in those movies. Because he is an Avenger now, because at the end of the Avengers 2, when they go to the Avengers Tower, well, they call it the new Avengers Tower, which is something I really liked, that they classify these as the new Avengers.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, weren't all of them on the same side in Civil War now? Think about it. That were part of the new Avengers. They were all part of Team Cap, weren't they? If I remember correctly. Because it was Scarlet Witch. It was Falcon.
Ant-Man was on Team Cap.
Ant-Man, yeah. And Captain America, I believe, because he was the one at the end of the movie that said "Avengers Assemble."
But
yeah, like Falcon, yeah, I definitely like Falcon.
Other than that, everyone else, did a great job on screen. I believe everyone. I think they did a great job of having everyone have their time to shine. Because everyone had their moment of like either in combat or something like really funny, or like they told a joke or whatever. There was something I fucking can't remember, but did you have any comments on the characters overall, Jen?
I mean, everyone had been well defined for that movie, and it was just more of the same. I think Ant-Man it wasn't nearly as great as people say he was. He was funny as fuck, but again, he was one dimensional all the way through. I already said my piece on Cap and Iron Man. Falcon was Falcon. Can't say much about him. You can't have a movie with Scarlet Witch and have her not fuck up, so that happened.
Yo, that part where Scarlet Witch put Vision to the floor, though, like, for real.
that was great and all. It's just like every major conflict she is involved in, she fucks up everything.
Yeah.
Well, would you say she fucked up at the in Captain America too? I mean, she kind of fucked up, but then she was also the one who basically, when she went under as a double agent, basically, when she had the disguise on.
Yeah.
To me, that was like, like without her, plans would everything would have went to shit actually if it wasn't for her. Well, same thing in this movie actually. Like she basically had the sort of the same role. She was a double agent.
Well, yeah, I mean, she tends to fuck up and then, right her wrong. It's just that she fucks up to begin with.
Yeah.
Like, she fucked up in this movie. She fucked up back in Axis. Like, just, ugh.
Yeah, she's a fuck up.
That's the only thing I don't like about Scarlet Witch.
Well, when you're fairly unstable and your power is warping reality, that tends to happen.
Yeah, I understand, but
yeah,
that's part of her character.
Her in the movie, her powers are supposed to be less. Like she doesn't have the ability to warp reality, and that makes sense because you cannot explain that in a movie. Like, yeah, sometimes I can, warp reality to my liking, but other times I fuck up a lot.
Yep.
Like, yeah, like in the Axis storyline, she made the heroes bad guys and the bad guys heroes, which was actually funny with the tie-ins and everything.
Oh yeah.
Like she made Deadpool be all Zen like and everything. That was hilarious. But at the same time it was like, yeah, you fucked up. And nobody actually comes to her and says, hey, you fucked up.
Stop fucking up.
They're too scared of her. Like they're too scared of her to say that. But it's like, yeah, you're fucking up, and all that.
I don't blame them.
There was something else I wanted to touch on. Oh yeah, I felt this weird as shit, and it's not even a complaint. It was just weird as shit. seeing Vision in a suit in a movie, that was just weird. Like,
I mean,
it was really weird.
I can see what you mean, but I understand he's trying to fit in. So
Yeah, he's trying to be human because he technically, basically in the movieverse, he has Jarvis's AI, so he basically is human. And then he has the well, I'm not sure what stone it is that he has in his head. I'm thinking it's the mind gem.
I think that's what he's. Isn't that what
Yeah.
it said in the movie?
It's the mind gem. He
Yeah.
doesn't.
Okay, it's the
I
mind gem.
don't think he knows it's the
It's the mind
gem.
gem. Oh, okay.
Yeah, he doesn't know.
That's what it is. Then it's like, how do we know it's the mind gem? Then is it from Avengers? Does it say? I don't know, but I think it just might be
Yeah,
something
they
on
actually
there.
never technically say which gem is which in the movies.
Yeah, and
Like,
I
you
do.
just
And I did like that about Vision, is that Vision didn't necessarily want it to take it out or anything like that. He just wanted to understand it, which makes sense. But overall, continue.
I think they'll talk about more of the gems in Thor's next movie, because that's basically why he went back to Asgard. He was like, something is about to happen. Like, something is about to happen, and I have no idea what's going on, and I'm gonna go try to figure it out. Because when he has his vision in Avengers 2, it's just like he's the one who actually. If it wasn't for Thor, Vision wouldn't have never came to help anybody, and he's the reason why. Like, he saw a vision in his vision. There's no better way I could have thought about saying that right there. But yeah, he saw him in his vision. He was like, all right, I'm gonna go against what all these guys say, and I'm gonna revive it, like bring life into this guy.
Okay.
So I believe like he'll actually be the one who figures out what all these gems mean. And one thing that's kind of funny is that in the was it the first Avengers movie, when they're on Asgard and they're at one part you actually see the Infinity Gauntlet in the background, and it has all the gems in it. So I'm wondering if that was just supposed to be an Easter egg, or if that's actually going to mean something in future movies, because it's so quick. And if you're not, like, the first time I seen the movie, I did not notice it at all. Like, I had actually had it brought to my attention by some article, whatever. So I'm wondering if that's going to actually tie into the movies, or if it's just something that was there, like, so fanboys could be like, oh shit, that's cool as fuck.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. We won't know until the next movie come out. But did you have anything to say about the characters overall, Jen?
Oh, you just asked me. That's how we got into this conversation.
Man, you, I'm whatever. Any final thoughts, just on anything whatsoever?
I think I went over everything pretty well.
Yeah, I want to see Homecoming.
That's
Can't wait to see Black Panther. Hopefully, Black Widow gets her movie. It's
just to add on to Black Widow, apparently her new comic that's out right now is really good. I have not read it yet, but just in case anybody who's going to watch this video wants to check it out, the only comic I'm currently collecting from Marvel right now is the Black Panther comic in the Punisher comic. But I haven't read the new Punisher yet, but the first 2 issues of the new Black Panther are fucking amazing.
And
have you read the Civil War 2 prelude?
No, I have not read for the last. Let's see, I haven't read anything since Free Comic Book Day, so minus Black Panther 2.
Gotcha.
So I have a lot of stuff to actually catch up on this week. Well, before Wednesday, so it will either be done. It's not going to be done today because I'll be playing video games most of the day. So tomorrow I'll probably start reading a lot of my comics early, just so we can get it done and out the way. So yeah, we'll actually be able to talk about that tomorrow, or I'll message you to talk about it. because you're the only other person that I know who actually keeps up on the comics now. Like, I don't know anybody else who actually stays up to date on everything.
I'm gonna tag you on
Maurice needs to. Right, Maurice, you want to get into comics, don't you?
I'll tag you someone who's into comics, but other than that, that was the podcast. I want to apologize for me being totally in a different world. I unfortunately had some computer problems, so I wasn't able to have recorded gameplay for this. Otherwise, I probably would have been way more focused and not losing my thought. But I do want to thank you guys for coming on and talking about Civil War and nerding out, because as much as we are fans, I'm once again Spider-Man was the biggest fan of Captain Americans. But I will definitely have their links and their Twitch and Twitters and everything like that in the description below. You can go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe, whatever. Try to do more of these podcasts. I'll try to do one at least every other weekend. Every other weekend. Other than that,